So let me summarize my major points. 1. Frisk, Chara, and Kris all go solely by they, them in their respective games. Having them go by any other pronouns is diverting from canon to the same extent that gender bending any other character would be. 2. They, them pronouns are not just placeholders, at least within the context of these games. Other distinct characters like Napstablook are solely referred to by they, them pronouns, even by those who are close to them. Their status as non-binary is not up for debate. Why would we get to decide these characters' genders? 3. Some argue this logic does not apply to Frisk, Chara, and Kris because they are blank slates for the player to mold and project onto. However, this ignores Frisk's character arc, Chara's narrative role, and basically everything about Kris. They are not self-inserts, which makes the things that are definitively said about them as individuals canon parts of their characterization. We already consider their names in this light, so why not their pronouns? 4. We can't confirm Toby Fox's intentions, but even if he didn't initially make these 3 characters gender neutral for the sake of non-binary representation, many people have taken it as that. Thus, when others say that the humans' genders are up for interpretation, it can be seen as those people not respecting the validity of non-binary identities. Just sticking to they, them pronouns for these characters both avoids potential erasure of non-binary representation and makes non-binary fans feel more comfortable and accepted in the community. The one other point I can think people might bring up would be the idea that kids as young as Chara or Frisk wouldn't identify as non-binary because they wouldn't understand the concept. To that argument, I'd suggest looking up videos about people who realized they were transgender as kids. In general, if there are concepts in this video you didn't quite get or agree with, research is your friend. Now, this doesn't mean you can't make up anything about what Chara, Frisk, and Kris are like. There are plenty of headcanons out there about the backstories and personality quirks of every other character in these 2 games, and there's nothing stopping you from doing that for the human kids. I certainly have my own ideas of what Chara and Frisk's lives were like before they fell into the underground, for instance. The difference is that those are speculating on things not outright set in canon. But Frisk, Chara, and Kris going by they, them pronouns is canon, and should be respected as such, just as their canon names already are. Even then, here's something you may not have picked up on. Non-binary is an umbrella term that still leaves some slight room for personal interpretation when it comes to the humans' genders. To use myself as an example, I personally headcanon Frisk as gender fluid, meaning their sense of gender regularly changes, Chara as firmly agender, and Kris as genderqueer. However, despite the nuances in these gender identities, I have them go by solely they, them pronouns in my fanworks involving them. At the end of the day, neither I nor anyone else, not even Toby Fox, can force everyone in the Undertale and Deltarune fandoms to drop their misconceptions about these fictional characters. But we can present our points, and there's always the chance that people will change their minds for the sake of our fellow fans. My hope is that if you came into this video disagreeing with me, you now at least understand why people like me don't support the seemingly righteous stance of it's all up to interpretation, just let people do what they want. And if you knew nothing about non-binary identities before, hopefully this was educational for you. If you have any remaining questions relating to this video, leave a comment, or if you'd rather ask me personally, send me an ask on Tumblr. If enough people bring up the same points, I'll add my rebukes to them at the end of the script document. To any of my over 1,000 subscribers who came to this channel for comic dubs, but decided to watch this video the whole way through anyway, first of all, thanks. I can't say when my next video will come out, but I do have multiple projects on the back burner, at least one of which may or may not be Undertale or Deltarune related. Until next time, this is Agent Raven, signing off.